Alabama, Alabama. Make sure you say them out loud after me. Here we say the same sound, A, 4 times. Alabama, Alabama, Alabama. Alaska, Alaska. 3 times we say A, Alaska. Can you hear the difference with English? Alaska, Alaska. Arizona, Arizona. In Castilian Spanish, in my accent, we say th when there is a z. Arizona, Arizona. Arkansas, Arkansas. Notice the stress. It's on the second last syllable. Arkansas. And notice also the final S. I don't drop it. Arkansas, Arkansas. California, California. Notice that in Spanish, the written A, I, and O always have the sounds A, E, O. A, E, O. It's one of the reasons why those names sound so different in English and Spanish. If you want to improve your Spanish pronunciation easily, have a look at my step-by-step course. It's going to help you improve your spoken Spanish really quickly. I've put the link below this video. Colorado, Colorado. Have you noticed the Spanish single R sound? The. The tip of your tongue has to touch the area behind your top teeth once. The. Colorado, Colorado. If you want a lesson about the Spanish R, let me know in the comments and I'll do a lesson on that. Florida, Florida. Again, here we have O-E-A and the R, which we just saw. Florida, Florida. Notice also the stress. It's not stressed on the O the way it is in English, but on the I. Florida, Florida. Georgia, Georgia, with that scary Spanish sound, ge. And we have it twice, Georgia, Georgia. Indiana, Indiana. Remember to say the Spanish vowels clearly. In this case, we've got E-A, E-A, Indiana, Indiana. Kansas, Kansas. This is one of the easiest. Kansas, Kansas. Montana, Montana. Another very easy one. Montana, Montana. Nebraska, Nebraska. Here we have the vowel sounds E-A, E-A. The written E in Spanish is always E. Nebraska, Nebraska. Nevada, Nevada. Notice the way I say the V. B. Nevada. In Castilian Spanish, the Spanish I teach, the B and the V have the same sound. B. Nevada, Nevada. And finally, Virginia, Virginia. Notice the V, it has a B sound, Virginia. We also get the dreaded G, Virginia, Virginia, and the R, Virginia. We get it all here, Virginia, Virginia. Now we are going to practice saying these 6 states. These 6 have the spelling that matches their Spanish pronunciation. Louisiana, Louisiana. Here, make sure you say the vowels right. U-E-A, U-E-A, Louisiana, Louisiana. Michigan, Michigan. Notice the ch sound. Michigan, Michigan. Also notice the written accent. Michigan, Michigan. Mississippi, Mississippi. Here we've lost quite a few letters. Remember that the written S in Spanish is always se. Spanish does not have the sound Z. That sound does not exist in Spanish, so there is no need for a double S in written Spanish. Mississippi, Mississippi. If any of the rules and tips that I'm giving you here don't make much sense to you, let me know in the comments and I'll make more videos to help you with that. Missouri, Missouri. Remember the R sound. The tip of your tongue touches the area behind your top teeth just once. Missouri, Missouri. Oregon, Oregon. Here we have a very handy written accent telling us where to stress this word. Oregon, Oregon. On the second O, Oregon, Oregon. Notice how different it sounds in English. Oregon, Oregon. Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania. Remember that the Spanish A always has the sound A. Pennsylvania. Make sure you don't say A like in English, but A. Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania. The next 3 states we're going to practice saying are these. The 3 of them have preserved their English spelling, but notice how you say them in Spanish. Illinois, Illinois. Notice the final S. It's not silent. Illinois, Illinois. Also, notice the stress. Illinois. It's on the O. Illinois, Illinois. Minnesota, Minnesota. That's an easy one. Make sure you get the vowels right. E-E-O-A. E-E-O-A. Minnesota, Minnesota. Tennessee, Tennessee. The first 2 E's are E, Tennessee, Tennessee, and the last 2 E's are E, Tennessee, Tennessee. These 5 states have the words north, south, and west in them. Norte, sur, occidental. Let's practice saying them. Carolina del Norte, Carolina del Norte. These should sound like one long word rather than 3 separate words. Carolina del Norte, Carolina del Norte. But to practice it, let's say the 3 words one by one. Carolina del Norte, Carolina del Norte. And now let's run them together. Carolina del Norte, Carolina del Norte. Dakota del Norte, Dakota del Norte. These 2 should sound like one long word. Dakota del Norte, Dakota del Norte. Let's say them one by one. Make sure you say them out loud after me. Dakota del Norte, Dakota del Norte. And all together. Dakota del Norte, Dakota del Norte. Carolina del Sur, Carolina del Sur. Let's say one word at a time. Carolina del Sur, Carolina del Sur. And all together. Carolina del Sur, Carolina del Sur. Dakota del Sur, Dakota del Sur, Dakota del Sur, Dakota del Sur. Now let's say it like one long word with no breaks. Dakota del Sur, Dakota del Sur. Virginia Occidental, Virginia Occidental. Here we have Virginia, which we've practiced. Virginia, Virginia, with that H sound. Virginia. And remember the V is B, B, Virginia. And Occidental, Occidental. Notice the kth, kth, Occidental. Let's put these two words together. Virginia Occidental, Virginia Occidental. Our next 4 states include the words nueva and nuevo, new. Nueva Jersey, Nueva Jersey, Jersey. Here the J has the sound J. It's not G, but J, Jersey, Nueva Jersey, Nueva Jersey. Nueva York, Nueva York. Have you noticed that I dropped the final K? Nueva York, Nueva York. When an English word ends in 2 consonants, Spanish speakers often drop one of them. In this case, the K disappears. Nueva York, Nueva York. Nuevo Hampshire, Nuevo Hampshire. This is a tricky one. You'll hear Nuevo Hampshire, Nuevo Hampshire, Hampshire, Hampshire. The H has a strong G sound. Hampshire, Hampshire. And the P is silent. And SH is either S or SHE. Nuevo Hampshire, Nuevo Hampshire. Nuevo Mexico, Nuevo Mexico. In Spanish, the word for Mexico is Mexico, Mexico, with a G sound spelled with an X. Nuevo Mexico, Nuevo Mexico. These 4 states all have a G sound. Texas, Texas. Like Mexico, it has a G sound spelled with an X. Texas, Texas. Idaho, Idaho, Idaho. This is another tricky one. You'll hear Idaho, 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 but definitely with a strong G sound. Idaho, Idaho, Idaho. Ohio, Ohio. The H here is also very strong. Ohio, Ohio. Oklahoma, Oklahoma. Notice the vowels O-A, O-A. Oklahoma. And notice also the strong G. Oklahoma, Oklahoma. It's getting more and more difficult. These 5 states all have a W. Let's hear how that sounds. Hawaii, Hawaii, with a very strong initial G, Hawaii, and the W has a GU sound, GU, Hawaii, Hawaii. We find that GU sound in the other 4 states. Iowa, 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 Iowa. The WA is gua, gua. Iowa, 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 Iowa. Washington, 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 Washington. Here too, the WA is gua, gua. And the SH can be either se or she. Washington, 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 Washington. Wisconsin, Wisconsin. The WI is gui, gui. Wisconsin, Wisconsin. Wyoming, Wyoming. The WYO is guayo, guayo. Wyoming, Wyoming. With the 41 states we've seen so far, there is some kind of consensus, some agreement as to how to say them. Spanish speakers say them roughly the same way, but these remaining 9, you never know how they are going to come out. So here are some of the versions you'll hear. Connecticut, Connecticut. Many Spanish speakers are going to drop the final T. Connecticut, Connecticut. Some are going to insert a G sound in the middle. Connecticut, Connecticut. And some are going to replace the final T with a D. Connecticut, Connecticut. Delaware, Delaware. Here the stress is going to be on the second A. Delaware, Delaware. And the WA is going to be Gua. Delaware, Delaware. Kentucky, 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 Kentucky. The 5 Spanish vowels are A, E, I-O-U, A, E, I-O-U, Kentucky, Kentucky. But because many Spanish speakers are familiar with these states, they'll often say Kentucky, Kentucky, with an A, Kentucky. Maine, 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 Maine. Here, your guess is as good as mine. You'll hear Maine, Maine, Maine. Maryland, 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 Maryland. The final D goes Maryland, 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 Maryland. Massachusetts, Massachusetts. I love this one. There is no hint of the final T. Massachusetts, Massachusetts. When faced by 2 final consonants, Spanish speakers tend to drop the one they find most difficult to say and keep the easy one. In this case, the S is the easy one. Massachusetts, Massachusetts. Rhode Island, Rhode Island, Rhode Island, Rhode Island. Here, some Spanish speakers will say Rhode Island, Rhode Island, but many will say Rhode Island, Rhode Island, with a S, Rhode Island, and always with a trilled re, Rhode Island, Rhode Island. How good is your trilled r? If you cannot say r, but you'd like to, let me know. I can show you in just a few minutes what you need to do to say r. I can put together a video so we can practice it together. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like that. Utah, Utah. Notice the initial sound. Utah, Utah. And our final state is Vermont, Vermont, with a B at the beginning. Vermont, Vermont, and no T at the end. Vermont, Vermont. You've seen that Spanish speakers drop some letters that you say in English. For example, the T in Massachusetts, Massachusetts. And they say letters that you drop in English. For example, Illinois, Illinois. That shows you that Spanish and English often sound quite different in words that have the same spelling in English and Spanish. If you want to improve your Spanish pronunciation fast, have a look at my easy Spanish course. You can find it in all shops, including your local bookstore. I've also created a video version of this course, and I've put the links below this video. Let's say the 50 states one more time. Say them out loud after me. Alabama, Alabama. Alaska, Alaska, Arizona, Arizona, Arkansas, Arkansas, California, California, Carolina del Norte, Carolina del Norte, Carolina del Sur, Carolina del Sur, Colorado, Colorado, Connecticut, Connecticut, Dakota del Norte, Dakota del Norte, Dakota del Sur, Dakota del Sur, Delaware, Delaware, Florida, Florida, Georgia, Georgia, Hawái, Hawái, Idaho, Idaho, Illinois, Illinois, Indiana, Indiana, Iowa, Iowa, Kansas, Kansas, Kentucky, Kentucky, Louisiana, Louisiana, Maine, Maine, Maryland, Maryland, Massachusetts, Massachusetts, Michigan, Michigan, Minnesota, Minnesota, Mississippi, Mississippi, Missouri, Missouri, Montana, Montana, Nebraska, Nebraska, Nevada, Nevada, Nueva Jersey, Nueva Jersey, Nueva York, Nueva York, Nuevo Hampshire, Nuevo Hampshire, Nuevo México, Nuevo México, Ohio, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oklahoma, Oregón, Oregón, Pensilvania, Pensilvania, Rhode Island, Rhode Island, Tennessee, Tennessee, Texas, Texas, Utah, Utah, Vermont, Vermont, Virginia, Virginia, Virginia Occidental, Virginia Occidental, Washington, Washington, Wisconsin, Wisconsin, Wyoming, Wyoming,